Hey guys, it's Coffee. Welcome back to Asagao Academy. So, before we start Chapter 3 of Jared's Route, we have a few journal entries that I missed last time, so here we go. Dear Diary, I really think something suspicious is happening here, but no one will tell me what's going on. And we found out that was the tea ceremony where Jared and I became official. So yeah, that happened. And our next one. Dear Diary, Jared announced we were dating to the club, and PBG was giving me this hangdog look. Like, what's that about? I didn't do anything to him. I mean, we're friends, but it's not like we're close or anything. I don't know, I guess it just bothered me. And I think I talked about this too last time, that, I have a feeling that PBG and Mai are getting closer and are gonna end up together, maybe? But we also have reason to think that PBG likes Hana. So, I don't know, maybe that'll get cleared up in this episode or in this chapter. We'll see, but anyway, let's start Chapter 3. When I laid my head on my pillow that night, my heart was soaring. Jared's girlfriend. I was Jared's girlfriend. Only a few weeks ago, I arrived at the academy knowing no one, unsure whether I would even make a friend. Now I, Hana Mizuno, was dating the most beautiful guy in school. I kept trying to picture what dating Jared would be like, but my mind came up blank. And the more I thought about it, the more joyous butterflies in my stomach turned into heavy seeds of doubt. Jared was experienced, in a way I was not. Heck, he even kissed me on the cheek as if it were nothing to him. It probably was nothing to him, but the same thing to me meant a lot, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I'd never had a boyfriend before. I'd never even kissed before. With Jared, it seemed like everything happened so fast, like the tea ceremony. It was certainly the most romantic thing anyone had ever done for me, and I liked it a lot. But only after it happened did I realize how overwhelming it had all been. I didn't know what having a boyfriend would be like, or what my limits were. The unknown was facing me like a dark abyss. My chest tightened, and my thoughts raced out of control. What if things with Jared moved too fast? What if he expected too much of me as his girlfriend? What if I disappointed him? What if he disappointed me? What if he tried to kiss me tomorrow? I flung up and out of bed. There was no point in trying to sleep with my mind racing like this. Hana, is something wrong? A shuffling came from Mai's top bunk. Did I wake her? I flipped on the light switch. Mai sat up in her bed, completely awake. Did I wake her, or was she having a hard time sleeping too? Everything okay?
No.
No, I think I'm kind of freaked out. Freaked out? Why? Jared and I are so different. He probably has a really different idea of how our relationship will go. I'm kind of scared. Mai crawled down from the top of her bunk and plopped herself onto mine. Okay, but relationships are two-way streets. It's not like you just have to sit there and let him do whatever he wants. You can tell him if you don't want to do something. I guess. Oh, thank God for Mai. I feel like Hana really needs a person to tell her these kind of things. Is there something else? I've never kissed anybody before, and he'll probably want to kiss me tomorrow. How am I supposed to... I see. Don't worry, Hana. Just leave it to me.
What? Yeah!
I've got kiss coaching verification. Sit down. It's time for class. I plopped myself onto the floor in front of Mai. She grabbed a pencil off her desk, then rolled to face me. Hana, what is the #1 rule of kissing? What is the #1 rule? I don't know. Don't drool.
Really?
Wouldn't it be like, don't hurt? Say it with me. Don't drool. Maya walked me through the apparent cardinal sins of kissing. Don't bump your teeth together. Don't miss. Don't shove your tongue into his mouth. Don't even think about biting until you've reached an advanced kissing rank. She tried to teach me where to place my hands, how to tilt my head, whether the lips should go above or below. Well, Jared's taller than you, so you'll probably go below. The whole thing made my head spin. The more she told me, the more worried I got. There was just too much to remember. You know, I can help you practice if you want.
What?
I mean, it doesn't count if it's between friends. And then you know what to expect. My. Fine, it never hurts to ask. By the time I finished, it was early in the morning. There was no way either of us would feel particularly good when she woke up, but at least we were finally tired enough to sleep. Before we left the next morning, Mai made a final check. Teeth brushed? Check. Light dabs of perfume? Check. Show me your teeth. Check.
Yeah!
Everything's in place for your first kiss. Are you excited? Not really. Well, that's not a good thing. Nervous? Don't worry. Just remember what I taught you. What's the first rule? Don't drool.
Perfection.
You've got it. Mai pushed me into the hall and locked the door behind us. It didn't occur to me until just now, but I almost felt like Mai was overcompensating with this whole kissing thing. Was she upset that I was dating Jared, or was it something else? Let's go! I mean, I don't know, I think she's just trying to be a good friend in that really strange, vibrant way of hers. Anyway. Even walking to Poppy Hall, I was surrounded by whispers and giggles. See, that's the girl from last night, Jared's girlfriend. Ugh, she's so lucky. I didn't like being the center of attention, but nobody seemed to care. I felt like everyone was watching my every move. Mai tried to block them from my view, and thoughts with an anecdotal account of the time she fell into a swimming pool and her top came off, but it wasn't helping at all. We walked into Poppy, and my heart sped into overdrive. It was pumping even faster than usual, probably because I was so damn tired. All I wanted to do was lay my head down and wait for the day to be over. I scanned the hallway nervously, looking for the familiar sparkling light emanating from Jared. Oh no. There he was, down the hall. A mixture of joy and dread hit me, and I stopped in my tracks. I was so worried about what I should do when I kissed him that I forgot to come to an actual conclusion about whether I was okay with our first kiss being like this. See, this is what I don't get. Like, you'd think that when you start a relationship with someone, you would have a conversation about boundaries and what you're comfortable with. So, I really hope this route isn't just a whole lot of this, because she needs to speak up if she's not okay. Mai pressed the small of my back and ushered me forward. Come on, Hana, no need to be nervous. You'll do great. I'm so excited for you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I need to head to class because I have a test. I gotta talk to. PBG passed by us at the moment, carefully avoiding Jared and my eyes. PBG, I need to talk to PBG.
What?
Let's go.
Hana.
Hi.
Hi, Jared. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed a few girls had stopped in the middle of the hallway to watch. I tried to ignore them and focus on Jared. It's sunny today. It is. Nice one. Maybe I should have allocated some of my training to small talk. More and more students gathered around. I felt trapped. The cafeteria is serving pulled pork sandwiches today.
Nice.
I really like pork. Oh. In one swooping motion, Jared closed the distance between us and pulled me into his arms, probably to shut me up. I didn't know whether to be grateful or more nervous. From the way Jared grabbed me, my hands were shoved up against his chest, and it was rather difficult to move. I squirmed, uncomfortable to suddenly be so close. How was I supposed to put my hand on his neck if we were like this? He was really warm, though, lean and wiry. His chest was so flat. Were all boys' chests this flat? Something pressed the top of my head, and I glanced up to see Jared smiling down at me. I took a deep breath to calm my heart, but it was no use. The crowd around us giggled and whispered. My cheeks grew unbearably warm. Could everyone tell I was blushing too? He was saying something to me, but I couldn't quite make out the words. I just felt his chin bobbing against the top of my head. I grew more and more tense, becoming a plank of wood more than a human girl, but Jared didn't seem to notice. It wouldn't have been so bad, but I could feel 40 pairs of eyes staring at the side of my face. My mind was in overdrive. I mean, I don't know, do we really want our first kiss to be in front of all these people? Ew. Suddenly, Mr. Saitomo appeared from the left of us, and I exhaled a sigh of relief. Asagao had strict PDA policies. Mr. Saitomo would disperse the crowd and save me from this hell. Oh, young love, as fleeting as the blossoms themselves. It's so nostalgic. Oh, great. He left. Oh, come on, you need to say something. Come on. I lifted my horrified gaze to Jared, who had been talking the entire time without a word getting through to me.
Hana?
I gulped. Then he started coming closer. And closer. Closer. He was really going to kiss me then. But I couldn't get my hand up to his face. How was I supposed to tilt? What was I... I squeezed my eyes shut. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do it. Oh no. Ugh. Damn. I shoved Jared away. He stumbled backwards, his hands flying up to his head as if I were threatening to shoot him. Gasps rippled through the surrounding crowd.
Hana?
What's wrong? What happened? I'm sorry. I just... Jared stared at me with an expression that could only be described as hurt. God, way to fuck it up, Hana. He approached me again in concern, grabbing my hand, but I jerked my hand away. I didn't want to somehow make it worse. But the look on his face told me that that was the wrong move, too. I'm sorry. I forced my way out of the circle of disappointed voyeurs, running to the classroom. I sped to my seat, mind humming. That wasn't how I wanted things to go. I had a feeling something like that would happen, too. Man. Maya was staring at me, head in her hands. How'd it go? Not well. You didn't drool, did you? It's the #1 rule, Hana. I knew we should have practiced. Oh, you would have liked that, wouldn't you? I pushed him away. Oh. I don't think I'm really comfortable with PDA. It wasn't that I didn't like what was happening, but everybody was staring at me. Everyone knows about us. I don't want this to be everyone's moment. I want it to be just mine. I wasn't thinking about us at all. I was thinking about everyone else. I feel like I really messed up. Jared looks so disappointed. Maybe I jumped into this too soon. Hana, relationships aren't about pleasing the other person. They're about learning more about yourself and someone else. If you want to take things slow, just tell him. Jared's a good guy. I'm sure he doesn't want to make you uncomfortable.
I'll support you.
Just be honest. You like him, he likes you. If you focus on that, and remember how you feel, you'll be fine. God, you're wise. I nodded. It wasn't like Jared and I were exactly suited to each other. And maybe we didn't make sense as a match, as so many girls helpfully pointed out. But he picked me, didn't he? I liked him. I wanted this to work out. I wanted to be a good girlfriend. I'll try to talk to him. Being honest is probably good, I think. Mai nodded and turned back to her book. I spent the rest of that morning's class drilling the conversation in my mind. I was sure Jared would understand, but it didn't make the wait any easier. With a hard beating heart, I carried my food up to the normal goods table. It would be best to talk to him now, before I let the issue steep too long. But I still wasn't even sure what I was going to say. Ugh, this was the worst.
Hana!
Oh, nice to see a friendly face. At some point I sat down at the table. When he finally had my attention, Gerard smiled. I was saying, we were all going to have a lookout for you. I'm sorry. We're all going to have to look out for you now. This guy's a dog, isn't he? I still can't believe you picked him of all people. He laughed, and after a second, the rest of the guys started laughing too. But the laughter was short and stilted, and I realized something was off. Actually, I want to talk about that. It's not a big deal that we're dating now. You guys shouldn't treat me any different, and you especially shouldn't treat Hana any different.
Right.
We know that. No, I'm serious. Hana is Hana. If I see any of you treating her like Jared's girlfriend, I will attack you with a megaton hammer. Is that a challenge? It might be. The two laughed, and Jared sat down again. Well, that was really nice of him, actually. That must have been weighing on their minds. I didn't even think about how our dating would affect the group. Was it naive to think nothing would change? He glanced at me and smiled, his eyes crinkling at the edges. I smiled hesitantly back at him. It was nice to know he was looking after me, but I hadn't considered this. There was just so much I hadn't thought about. Swallowing, I tried to get Jared's attention from across the table. I had to talk to him. Hey, Jared? We were passing out cupcakes with Paul's face on them for hours. You'd figure cupcakes would be something people wanted. It's free sugar. Would you eat something with this guy's mug on it? I'm insulted. Good. It was an insult. He couldn't hear me over the conversation. I picked up my food, barely able to eat any of it. My mouth was too dry. I hated conflict. How on earth could I disappoint Jared? Jared got up to dump his tray, and I sprang to my feet after him. Lovebirds. Everyone laughed as I, blood rushing to my face, fell into step alongside Jared. Nice of you to join me. I need to talk to you. Stupid stammer. Immediately, Jared became concerned. Yeah, totally. What's going on? Can we go somewhere private? He nodded. After I dumped my tray, we left the cafeteria and went out to the campus. I could breathe a little easier here. The air was clear, and the sun gave me life instead of draining it like the fluorescence did. Okay, hit me. Why would I do that? He stared at me. Oh, right. I wanted to talk there. I swallowed hard and tried again. Something bothering.
Hana.
Are you okay? Jared reached for my shoulder. I took a step back and pointed at his outstretched hand. There!
What?
That makes me really uncomfortable. There was a short silence. Jared put his hands in his pockets as my brain caught up to what I just said. Wait, that came out very wrong. I glanced at him nervously, but his face was blank. I'd hope so. What were you trying to say? I don't like it when we're in public. It makes me uncomfortable. His eyebrows snapped together for a moment, and then his face went back to neutral. You're not ashamed of me, are you?
What?
What? No, of course not. Why would I... I'd like you, and I'm really proud to be your girlfriend. I'm really sorry, I'm not making any sense right now. I'm just making it worse. I scrunched my eyes together, rubbing them vigorously. I should have gotten more sleep. Jared ran a hand through his perfect hair. It's just that I'm not used to dating anyone, and I'm kind of scared. I'm really excited too. I'm happy that I'm dating you, but I'm super nervous. I know you've probably dated a lot of girls, but I don't have that same kind of experience. I don't want to mess this up, and I don't know what's normal. Even though I like it, I'm kind of uncomfortable with kisses and stuff in public. It feels like that should be a private thing to me, for right now. Is that okay? I was about to start again when I noticed Jared was smiling.
All right.
I understand. You do? Of course. Besides, I wasn't thinking about you. I was just happy to be dating you. I forgot that not everybody has as much experience as I do. Not everyone's as touchy as I am either. He raised an eyebrow and I flushed. I wanted you, and everyone else to know how I felt about you. I don't mind that. It's nice. I'm just not used to it. I'm usually not the center of attention, so I'm a little nervous. We'll give it time. Don't feel bad about it, Hana. I'm glad you told me, too. No matter what, you don't change for other people. Even now. I find it admirable. Admirable? Like a knight? Sure, something like that. Although I'd rather be your knight. I'd like that. Jared, thank you. I was so nervous about talking to you. Hana, you can come to me for anything. I want to be here for you. That's why I want to date you after all.
Jared.
Jared, you're the best. Do you really think?
Hmm.
Of course I am. It's almost time for class again. I'll walk you? Yes, please. Jared dropped me off at class, and instead of hugging me, he waved goodbye. I felt a little bad, but Jared didn't seem to mind at all. As I headed into the classroom, the happiness that I felt at the tea ceremony came flooding back to me. It really was that easy. Jared was a good boyfriend. Whatever that meant. Okay, so I think I'm gonna call it here before it gets a little too long like last time. But anyway, yeah, I figured Jared would understand. I was just worried that, that maybe Hana would keep avoiding talking to him and that there would never be a conversation about boundaries. So, I don't know. I'm glad that they're at least able to communicate. Anyway, I guess we'll continue the scene next time. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.